Let's talk about the Potshot. So, it was recently nerfed, but don't click away yet and write your angry comment. Things are okay. Here is some current footage from today's video that we're about to get into. It does a lot. It is a plenty strong weapon, but what used to happen is it hit for twice, and then that could crit on its own, and then it would combine the damage. It was a whole thing. I do explain this more in this video of a video of a video. I'll link this in the description down below, even timestamp to the section of the Potshot changes. It's like a 3.5 minute conversation that gets much more in depth. Suffice it to say, it used to be bugged to do about 97% more damage than it should, and now that bug has been patched. However, they did give it a 46.5% base damage increase and a 5% increase to its crit chance. So now we're rocking a 43% chance to crit with a crit rating perk, and it's doing a base 1911 damage. Where did that number go? And its base damage got buffed from like 1359 to 1991, I think. Something like that. It's a pretty huge buff. So my overall point is that it did get nerfed by roughly 50%. However, it was a monster before. It could one-shot kill a 250 power level smasher with very little setup, and now it is just a balanced big smasher killer. So we're going to be checking it out today alongside the Vindertech Disintegrator, because even though the Potshot is the focus of today's video, I feel like it doesn't really need a loadout, and most people, when you're running the Potshot, aren't using a loadout. You're using a melee build or a Xenon bow loadout or whatever else, you know, and the Potshot just comes out for the smasher. I will give us Demolition is Penny. I'll give it a nice single 17% launcher damage bonus, but the rest of this is just a basic shotgun build. I'll link my shotgun loadout video down below if you're looking to build your own. You don't need to use exactly this. It's just what I have today. And the reason I'm using the Vindertech Disintegrator is because it recently got buffed, because it got a 2% damage nerf and the clip size got reduced, but the ammo cost went down as well. So instead of taking 3 energy cells per shot, it's 1, and instead of having like 12 ammo, whatever it was before, I'll link whatever my most recent Vindertech Disintegrator video was down below, but now we have 5 shots and 1 ammo cost. So you basically shoot 5 times before you have to reload, and you can do so quicker because the fire rate got improved. I don't know how much that was, but now it shoots faster, costs less ammo, and does marginally less damage. I want to check it out regardless, see if it's usable. I'm sure that it is. I know that there are some Vindertech Disintegrator fans in my comments. Basically, it shoots an explosion that hits multiple targets. It's not an incredibly impressive amount of damage, but we're going to give it everything we can. Totally rocking out Buckshot Raptor wafers, should be a good time. And someone in the stream wanted me to run Beach Brutus, so they redeemed a Streamloots card to do that. If you guys ever want to have fun with me like that, Twitch link down below. Come check me out. So, quick showcase on how it does versus a 160 taker. Yeah, I didn't think we would need a crit on that one. Affliction just does the rest, and it's good to go. And let's actually see real quick how good a Disintegrator is versus some basic 160 enemies with no critting. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent. Enemies at this level are not going to survive very long, and it feels very fluid. You can shoot this a lot quicker. Once every 0.04 seconds? That's, yeah, that's not bad. 1.03. All right, going up against a smasher with the Potshot, 160 power level. So that's no crit, 600k, easy, and then 1.9 million. So yeah, you pick it off with your main weapon. Very, very effective at killing smashers. I'm sure with Toy Rockin' Out active later, we're going to annihilate them. Wow. That was some pretty solid damage. I probably won't record too much of the 160 enemies because 250 is really where it's at, but this is performing really well. Like, honestly, I think my biggest gripe from the Disintegrator in the past, like, I've upset people because they really like this weapon and I kind of trash on it, but 3 energy cells per shot just felt like too much. But now that it's 1, I feel like this is a fantastic pick. I've always put this weapon in the A tier, I believe, at least in recent memory. I've always put it around A tier with the caveat that it's a little expensive, but now I think this is just a flat A tier weapon. It's doing a really good job. Hey, all right, so we got an encampment over here, smasher over there, and I haven't farmed enough for wafers yet, so let's do it like this. Let's kill some basic enemies, or here we go, 250 power level Mist Monster, taking a lot of damage. There is no shame in doing a little building, you guys, all right? No shame at all. Probably, ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, turn, quarter of 10 million, 2.6 million. What's the nicest way you're supposed to say that? I have no idea. Can I activate Toy Rockin' Out enough to heal me, or just kill everything before they kill me? Wow, this weapon is actually doing a really, like, they nerfed its damage in this update. I understand I'm in a full lobby of high level players, and Toy Rockin' Out's in play, Buckshot's in the lead, but dang, that's really good. 1.9 million without any help besides just Demo Penny. Yeah, I think the Potshot is fine. We'll see when we see some 250 power level smashers, but that is plenty of damage. Oh, that new vote menu. It's so hard to ignore. If you're a random in a public lobby nowadays, that's gonna be really, really hard to not do. All right, so I'm gonna have to keep up with the healing pads. In the intro of this video, I was going to swap out Rex Jonesy in my loadout for like Bomb Suit Kyle or Prehistoric Iza. That did not happen. This mission specifically is acid pools. And this was the exact same mission I ran in my Cloak Shadow showcase because the Blakebeard Stash Team perk just got buffed. And holy crap, with Totally Rocking Out active and all these tire traps just going down the hill, keeping it active, that damage is amazing. One crit is over 1 million, which is not unheard of. Shotguns are very strong. Ground Pounder, Potshot, the shotgun, and the Huskbuster, they can crit for 1 million very easily. Look at that range too. I'm actually very impressed. But of course, we're here for the Potshot, so that is what you really use this weapon for. You know, use a Disintegrator or your primary for normal enemies while you miss a bunch of times, and then the Potshot comes out for the range stuff. So let's see if we can pick off some miss monsters. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that proximity means you gotta do that. There we go. Nice and clean. 720k, not too much, but Toy Rockout's active, so 2 million. I love it. I love it so much. I wish, I hope we see some more smashers. That is what ooh, did I hear a roar? Is that what's going on over there? I have to like jump to get that to shoot over their heads. I want to see a smasher, and I want to get a nice wide view. There we go. Clothesline them just like that. I love the proximity because even though it can be a little tricky, sometimes you hit normal enemies instead of the enemy that you're actually trying to hit, but being able to shoot over the head and explode is so nice. That is fantastic. I'm not even eating the wafers. I really just want to see what this weapon somewhat normally-ish does. But if you do have Toy Rocking Out in your build, which is very common, that is half the Smasher's health. If you don't know, a 250 power level Smasher has 4.8 million health. That's what I'm talking about, by the way. If that Smasher hadn't moved, the proximity means you can basically just pop it over their head and hit them right on top, which is great because while it does sometimes hit enemies too early, if you do it right, you can send it right on top of the enemy that you are trying to hit. So feels like a waste to use a pot shot versus these enemies. Thinking about that shotgun, the pop shot, I need to like differentiate between which one I'm referring to. We got a bit of a smasher wave at the end of that wave, but looks like we're back to normal enemies. I do hear the roar of you right there. So while it's nice and sexy to take out a big smasher with their 4.8 million health, it's equally effective in my opinion to just make sure that those flingers don't get too much action. They can be really, really annoying, and the pot shot has near infinite range. Ooh, let's cut him off. Oh, I got hit by a normal enemy. There we go. 750k. It's not an insta kill. It might have been, honestly. Before the nerf, it would have probably, you know, consistently done millions more, but I feel like it's much more balanced. A lot of people might not remember this, but back when the Storm King's Wrath came out, it actually did 30% more damage than it does today. So they even nerfed a mythic weapon way back when because it was just doing a little bit more than a weapon probably should, even in a PvE game. And now it's in a really healthy place where the Storm King's Wrath is an undeniably very strong weapon, but it's like kind of balanced. You don't just instantly win the game. So let me craft some more ammo real quick here while I keep my eyes peeled. Want to make sure that we don't miss out on any miss monsters. The Potshot Showcase is one of the most fun things I get to do as a content creator because it's just such a fantastic weapon to see. Oh no, a couple of nurses. Oh, okay, their shielders are gone. Nurse is dead, and okay, she got her. It even goes through shielders just like that. That proximity just cuts right through it and takes out everything in its path. It's so freaking strong, and I'm glad to see it because Potshot nerfed is like a scary title. I don't know if I used it in this video. I haven't titled it yet, but this feels fine. It feels like anybody who's ever pulled out the Potshot for general use or smashers or mini bosses can probably just keep right on using it. And now that we demonstrated that and we're not really seeing any miss monsters, let's get down and dirty into the action. So with a Disintegrator versus normal enemies, I'm seeing good things. Of course, I said acid pool. I'm gonna have to back off to heal a number of times. Let's eat a wafer now and see. Oh, let's see, 700,000 damage. It's not that much, but it's enough. You know, most enemies don't have over 1 million health, so critting for anything more than that in a single target or single shot weapon is pretty overkill. And that's why weapons like the Huskbuster and the Ground Pounder are so well revered because they are semi-auto. Being able to kick out 1 million damage with every single shot is great, but what they don't do that the Disintegrator does do is group damage. So even though this nurse is hanging on a bit longer than I'd prefer, I see that flinger over there. Let's just okay, come on. I've been praising the proximity while having it screw me over. That sucks. All right, let's do this. Let's reload. Let the smasher get stopped by the... Yeah, there's the new discharger. It does not quite do what it used to do. The discharger before the update used to tick every 0.2 seconds or so on a smasher, and now it's every 1.5 seconds, which is not ideal. Nice shot. There we go. Good job, Beast. Good job. There we go. Okay, I want to reload. And then get a little high five for that shot. That was fantastic. Right, Husky, turning around. Disintegrator, again, something the other shotguns can't do is shoot around it because it's shooting that explosion. It has nice area of effect damage, and it can be very effective in situations like that. How does it do versus a smasher? Of course, I've been trying to showcase the Potshot in the Potshot video, but this is kind of a 2-for-1 showcase, and I want to see that it's doing pretty well. I think my teammates might have helped a little bit, but I'm pleasantly surprised. It feels like I can actually side with all the Disintegrator fans. Like I said, it made me feel bad years ago. I had some comments that were unhappy with the way I treated their favorite shotgun in my video, but now that it's cheaper, I kind of love it. So, fire, I think, is actually the element we're already working with. Let's eat a wafer and a war cry, and then eat another wafer because of, cooldown. That's really good. 3 million damage. 3 million again. 2.8. That's fine. Yeah, with some teammates helping me as well. Yeah, that's pretty strong. I think the Potshot is comfortably remaining in the S tier position. This weapon is doing just fine. I got commenters in the chat right now, Mr. Dope, saying that it's shredding the Smasher. Yeah, it's or the Miniboss. It's having no problem whatsoever. That's plenty. If we're only critting for 3 million as opposed to whatever it was before, 5 million probably, that's I think that's fine. That's fine. Mini bosses can have upwards of 30 or 40,000, or I'm sorry, million health. That is a lot. And if they have the tank modifier, you do half damage. So worst case scenario, it's 8 million and you need to crit like whatever that is. 17 times is 51. What's 80 divided by 3? Oh man, math on camera. 81 divided by 3 is divisible by 9. So that's 9 by 9. Is that going to be 27, right? That was the first number in my head. Why'd I back off? Anyway, 27 times is kind of a lot to be stopping to reload your weapon, but ideally, you're not soloing mini-bosses. Fingers crossed in the best case scenario versus a mini-boss. You've got teammates helping, like I did here. They know I'm recording a video, but they know that I'm also trying to demonstrate group play, and you guys can see when the health chunks from the Potshot that it's absolutely doing its job. So I love these dual showcases. The Potshot is just not a weapon that can really... It can't be your primary. It's expensive and it's a little awkward. That proximity, as useful as it can be if you take advantage of it, can also absolutely hurt you at the same time. So I can't really recommend it as a primary. And it's a launcher. That's expensive. Using that many explosive ammo and rockets is crazy. You don't want to be doing that as your only weapon. I recommend pairing it against something else. And I don't think that's a PSA that really needs to happen. I don't know how many people I watch running around with the Potshot. However, if you did want to make an awesome time of that, I'll link my insane rocket loadout in the description down below. That makes it so that your ammo usage is significantly reduced. You can make your mag size up to like 3.5 times bigger than normal. It's really, really effective and really, really fun. It's not exactly the strongest loadout ever. Just slapping Demo Penny in the lead and Toy Rocking Out would probably get you there for maximum damage. But reducing that ammo cost and spamming Warcry is a huge, huge buff. And of course, Warcry itself does increase your damage by something like 45%. So it's a really, really nice loadout that you might be interested in checking out. So kind of a chaotic video showcasing a new shotgun update and the Potshot update at the same time. But I'm glad for these changes. Epic's keeping the game fresh, making some of the best weapons in the game not as insanely dominant as they were before. I don't think the Potshot is going to see any less usage. Maybe mini bosses will just take a little bit longer and make the game a little bit more intense. Disintegrator, who knows? It's cheaper now. If you guys are interested in a super strong shotgun that you should still definitely check out, it's there. Shotgun loadout, like I said, link down below. But otherwise, that's all I can do. Showcase it and have fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Members on the channel do get early access to my videos. So if you made it this far and you guys want to see more early, you can make that decision there. But all my videos do go out for free eventually. So it's just early access. And that's it. I'm out of here. Goodbye. And then